Live from Easy Cage Studios in Eddyville, Kentucky. It's time for the Easy Cage Show. Tonight, we talk about the top 10 Brad Pitt movies with Ad Astra coming out this week. Your hosts, Darth Easy and Rainy Cage.
Woo!
Alright guys, welcome to episode 90 of the Easy Cage Show. I am Darth Easy.
And I am Rainy Cage.
Alright, so like I said, this is this week. It's our monthly top 10. And this is our second time tackling a actor. Our first time tackling an actor.
Because we're sexist.
Okay. The first time was with Sam Jackson. Mm-hmm. We did that at the beginning of the year. And this month we were doing Brad Pitt because we really couldn't come up with much else. So you told me before the show, off air, this was a hard list to create.
It was.
Why was it so hard?
Because I just don't
like Brad Pitt?
I thought that I had seen a lot of Brad Pitt movies, but then I started going through the list. I was like, some of the ones that are highly rated I hadn't seen,
mm-hmm.
and then a couple I had seen, but just can't remember them. And I had this plan of going and watching these movies, and I just never did. So I'm sure there's going to be some on your list that I'm like, I would love to see that and see if I like it or not.
Well, there's a couple. There's like 3 big movies probably from him I haven't seen. One's a real big one that I don't know if it's on your list or not. It's but I haven't seen it. And then there was just a couple others, like one that came out a couple years ago I never saw, and it was not available anywhere, and I wasn't going to buy it just to see it. So, all right, let's get right to it. So, guys, once we in Rain Cage to pick a topic, we'll go our separate ways. It can power separate top 10s. I'll do my 10 through 8. He'll do his 10 through 8. I'll do my 7 through 6. He'll do his 7 through 6. Then we'll trade one apiece. Which we have Kapow separate top 10s. We will create the show between the two of us. I think I started first last time, so I guess I'll let you go.
All right, my number 10 is Interview with a Vampire.
Okay, never seen it.
This probably I thought would be the one that I've seen that you haven't. Yeah, looking through this list. Yeah, probably. This is probably the only one. I have not seen this movie in a really long time, but I do remember really enjoy it. It is long. It's sappy. It's got a very young Kirsten Dunst, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt. They're kind of living their vampire lives. They're immortal.
Yeah, he directed this movie.
I don't remember who it is.
I was thinking
it's somebody
Francis
pretty big.
Ford Coppola.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I might Google that real quick.
Okay. But basically, they're immortal, and they're depressed because, it sucks to be immortal after a while. And then they meet Kirsten Dunst, and she wants to join them, basically. And I remember the whole movie is, like, told through the eyes. They're being interviewed by, like, a newspaper reporter or a police officer. I can't remember exactly which.
Neil Jordan?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
So, yeah, I enjoy the movie, but I couldn't put it up that high on my list because, like I said, this was one of those movies I probably saw in, like, the late 90s, and I can't really remember. I own it, so I should have probably went back and watched it, but didn't have time. So, who knows? But, yeah, I think you might like it. I mean, it's pretty interesting.
I had it on my YouTube watch list, movie list, so because it was playing. But, yeah, I was listening to, this week, the Top 10 show.
Yeah.
They did Top 10 Brad Pitt movies as well.
Oh,
so,
look at us.
I think Roca had Interviews with Vampire at number 10. So.
Oh, well, there we go. But yeah, that's my number 10. My number 9, this is, I went with Moneyball.
All right, we're punting.
Okay. And my number 8, I went with Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, we're punting again.
Okay. There we go.
All right, my number 10, not a good movie.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not a good movie.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed Brad Pitt in it.
Okay.
And I prefer this movie over 300.
Okay.
My number 10 is Troy.
Yeah, we got to punt that a little bit.
Okay. Okay. My number 9 is a movie you said you've seen, but you didn't really care for it. My number 9 is The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Yeah, this is one I've actually seen. It put me to sleep, but yeah.
No, this is a really good Western. It really is, and I love how the movie completely... It kind of reminds me a little bit of Unforgiven, where it kind of takes the ideas of a Western, kind of, but it kind of just depicts the legend of Jesse James, and I love the story between him and Casey Affleck, who plays Robert Ford. I love their relationship in the movie. It's very, very interesting. And Brad Pitt is so good in this movie. And he plays this great character of Jesse James, and the way he gets killed just by like this coward. And I love how at like the end of the movie, Casey Affleck and like him and his brother, they had a show in New York where they show them shooting Jesse James like hundreds and hundreds of times, making money off of it. And Casey Affleck, this is one of the there's not the only Casey Affleck movie on my list. On this list, kind of funny, and I just find Brad Pitt so good in this movie, and that's why it was my number 9.
I just remember being really bored. I can't even remember a whole lot about it, but
it's a long movie.
Yeah,
but it's worth watching.
It's one of the rare movies that I bought without having seen, and ended up sending back or selling because I just wasn't feeling it.
All right, my number 8.
Yep,
is 12 Monkeys.
Yeah, this is one I haven't seen.
Yeah, you have.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'd let you borrow it. You watched it. You liked it.
Is Bruce Willis is in it?
Yeah.
Okay, I have seen it. This is one I just can't remember.
Yeah, I let you borrow it like last year.
And I watched it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. Tell me what it's about.
It's basically Bruce Willis. He's a felon. He's in a prison, and he's basically told to go back in time and figure out how the end of the world started.
Oh yeah. Who's Brad Pitt in this?
Brad Pitt is they believe Brad Pitt's the character who started the apocalypse. And but really, it turns out Brad Pitt's character actually didn't start the apocalypse. It was someone else, and it was like at the airport or something. And I haven't seen the movie in a few years, but Brad Pitt got nominated for this movie. He got Best Supporting Actor nomination, and Brad Pitt's he's incredible in this movie. And this is like right at the cusp of when Brad Pitt started to become Brad Pitt, and he's just incredible in it. And also got Bruce Willis in it. He's incredible in this movie. I just can't. I
can picture some stuff, but I
let you borrow it like last year, and then you tell me, "Oh yeah, I've seen that before. I really like that movie."
Well, I don't have it on my list.
Once again, you forgot it.
I completely forgot
I'm going to let you borrow it again.
Well, I guess Brad Pitt is just not very memorable in that movie for me. I don't know what it is, because I remember Bruce Willis, but I don't remember Brad Pitt. Yeah. And I kind of remember the look of stuff, and like Bruce Willis walking down the streets or something, and it looking all grungy and. Yeah, I know.
Like people are wearing suits. And everyone, the human race is living underground. It's a cool apocalypse movie. This will probably be in my if we do top 10 apocalypse movies.
This would be.
We'll probably be in that list as well.
Ooh, are we doing that for Zombieland?
No.
Damn. Okay.
All right, that's my number 8.
All right, my number 7 is Troy, a punt from earlier.
Okay.
So I didn't have it too high for you.
But all right.
This is another movie I have not seen since like the early 2000s when it came
really?
out.
I've seen it,
but
like
I do remember liking it. Like I don't know why you said it. It just sucks.
It's not like there are parts of it, like the action scenes, like whenever they're getting to the shore of Troy, and Brad Pitt gives this great speech, and they all do the shield wall, and you just see how great of a warrior Brad Pitt is. Brad Pitt's incredible in this movie. Just his Achilles is very interesting. Mm-hmm. It's just I want more.
Is it historically accurate?
No, I mean, but the Iliad never really it happened, but it also never really happened. It's because in the Iliad story, it's more of like the battle between the gods, and then you also have the humans, gods. I mean, it's
so they tried to like modernize it or something.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. And then you have a bunch of characters like Sean Bean. He plays Odysseus in the story, the one who comes up with the Trojan horse. Eric Bana, he plays as Hector. He's in the movie as well.
I think I may watch this movie tonight.
Peter O'Toole, one of his last few movies. He was the king in the movie. It's a interesting movie. And to be honest with you, like I said, I like it better than 300 because I put these two movies in the same camp. Kind of these old swords and sandals kind of movies. Just I prefer watching Troy over 300.
I'm gonna watch this tonight because you've got me interested. Like I can't remember it very well, and I want to watch it again. And then maybe I'll throw in 12 Monkeys too.
Okay.
Anyways. That was my number 7. My number 6 is Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Okay.
You figure you wouldn't have this
No,
on
it's
your
an
list.
honorable mention. It's just it was either this or Troy.
I really enjoyed this movie. This is the movie that broke up Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
I remember it being really funny. Vince Vaughn is in this film. I remember this is another movie.
It's not good.
Most of these movies I haven't seen in a really long time, but I remember liking it. I remember it being funny, action-packed, and a lot of sexual tension between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. So that's pretty much all I got to say about it.
Yeah, for me, it's just I don't think it's a good movie.
This is all these movies. When I was going through my list, I was like, I do own this movie, but I own it on DVD. That goes to show you I've not seen these movies since Blu-ray was invented. So another one that I need to probably watch again, and I may have too high on my list. But yeah.
Okay. That's your 7 through 6?
That's my 7 through 6.
All right, my number 7 is a movie that just came out this year.
Oh, yeah?
And that is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I didn't put that on my list. Why did I not put that on my list? Damn it.
Because he is so good at
Why
this
did
movie.
I not put that on my list? I hate this game.
All right, so Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out this year. Quentin Tarantino. This is it's not one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies.
No, but he's so damn
But
good in it.
he is so good in it. Like that scene with Bruce Lee is so good. And did the scenes at the end and then the stuff at the mansion part. Just think Brad Pitt completely steals the show.
He just plays this like really cool dude.
Yeah, but him and DiCaprio are just so good together in this movie. Like DiCaprio is one of my favorite part. It's my favorite part of the movie. But Brad Pitt is right at second. And I mean the scene with Bruce Lee is pretty hilarious. And then whenever he destroys the car and Kurt Russell's there, and then he's back on the roof, he's like, "Yeah, I can see that." And it just such an enjoyable movie, and I'm glad I saw it this year. I'll probably watch it again because I really like Tarantino.
That would have been on my list.
Yeah. My number 6 is he's not the main star of the movie, but he is pretty big in it. My number 6 is Ocean's 11.
Yeah, that's a punt.
Okay, that's my 7 through 6.
All right, my number 5 is World War Z.
Okay.
Not on your list either?
No.
I love World War Z. This is one of the rare movies I actually read the book before I went and saw the movie, and then the movie was nothing like the book whatsoever. Yeah. But I really like Brad Pitt's character in this. He's the main star of this movie, and speaking of apocalyptic movies, this is one of them. Clearly, as the way I'm talking.
I mean, it's not apocalypse yet.
That's true.
It's a very different zombie movie, kind of.
Yeah, it is.
Because the zombies are getting ready to destroy the world, but we're seeing it happen. It's kind of got that little bit of a George Romero kind of feel to it, where it's happening, but it's not over yet, like Walking Dead style.
And this is one that we are actually going to eventually get a sequel to.
I
like,
don't
is
think
it
so.
David Fincher or somebody directing this?
Apparently David Fincher dropped out, and apparently the movie's in hiatus.
This is a Fox movie. Anyways, I like this movie a lot. Once again, I haven't seen it in a while, but I really liked it.
Yeah,
I was surprised because it was one of the movies that got filmed or hacked to pieces and then refilmed and recut. So it should have been a disaster.
Yeah, it was like 2 different directors who did this movie.
And it ended up being
really should be terrible. Yeah. So, but it's enjoyable.
Okay,
all right.
That's my number 5.
All right, my number 5 is Fury.
That is a punt.
Okay.
So my number 4 is a punt from earlier, Ocean's 11.
Okay.
I like the Ocean's movies.
yeah. I mean,
and what's his character's name in these movies?
I don't remember.
Cool.
I couldn't tell you. I've only seen the movie once because I watched this movie for this list.
Him and George Clooney. Oh yeah, I forgot. You hadn't seen them.
Yeah, I hadn't seen them. I haven't seen 12 or 13. Don't really think I will. But
you should. They're good.
I've heard 12 kind of sucks. So
it does.
And I might just skip 12 and go straight to 13 because I've heard 13 is good. But I've also heard Brad Pitt is better in 11 than he is in 13 because Brad Pitt is kind of the leader of the group. In Ocean's 11 when Danny's trying to get with Julia Roberts in the movie. And then it's got great casting. Matt Damon's in there. You got Casey Affleck. Like I said, the other Casey Affleck movie. And then there's got some other people in there too, like the Chinese guy. I think he was in Ocean's 8 actually. this is just, it's a fun, I love heist movies. I don't know what it is. We haven't done heist movies yet for a top 10. Maybe we'll do that next year. But, there's just something about a heist movie I just absolutely enjoy. And I like George Clooney in there. I mean, it's hard to beat Clooney. And
they have good chemistry in this movie. So.
I've heard stories about how when they were at the press junket for it, and you had George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, and they all just started surrounding Brad Pitt because people just absolutely love Brad Pitt because he was the biggest star of the time, and probably still is. So yeah, that's what was your number?
That was my number 4.
Okay, my number 4 is a punt from earlier, and that's Inglourious Basterds.
All right. Well, considering I don't really like this movie, I remember Brad Pitt being good in the film, and this is one of the movies I bought and planned on rewatching.
Yeah, you need to watch this.
I'll let you take the lead here.
I mean, be honest
my number
with you,
7 or 8.
Be honest with you, Brad Pitt's not my favorite part of this movie.
Okay.
My favorite part of this movie is Christoph Waltz.
Okay.
Because he is just so damn good in this movie.
I do remember a specific scene.
The opening scene is so good. But then there's also that scene whenever Christoph Waltz is making the deal with Brad Pitt's character. And Brad Pitt's is like, we're going to kill ourselves some Nazis. I'm from Kentucky, and we're gonna kill ourselves some Nazis. They scalped the Nazis. Sam Levine's in this movie. It's just, and then the theater scene. I mean, of modern Tarantino, maybe I just rewatched Django Unchained the other day. I love that movie. But be honest with you, Inglourious Basterds is probably the best modern Tarantino movie that he has done in the last 10 or so years. It's just, I love it. It's basically Tarantino of the revolution ever since he did Kill Bill. He's basically how he wants history to be. He did it with Django Unchained, with killing the slavers, and then you had in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, how he thought the Manson family should have died. And then Glorious Bastards, Hitler gets destroyed by Tommy guns, and it's just an absolutely fun movie, and so many great other characters in there. Michael Fassbender's in there for like a scene of the movie. The main girl from the National Treasure movies is in it, and it's just a damn good movie, and I love Inglourious Basterds.
Need to rewatch it.
That's my number 4.
All right, my number 3 is a punt from earlier. It's Fury.
Okay.
I think you had it at 5.
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Not much of a punt, but yeah.
No. Yeah, I love. This is probably out of all these movies on this list, this is the one that's freshest in my mind because I've seen it a couple years ago, and it's fucking badass. And Brad Pitt's really good in it.
Yeah, he's incredible. I mean, but to be honest with you, he's not my favorite part of the movie.
It's
kind of similar because of all these movies. It's like he's not my favorite part, but he just enhances every movie he's in. And my favorite character in this movie is Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
he's incredible. But it's just such an interesting World War II movie. Not historically accurate. It's not actually based off any actual event or people. But it's just based off around these guys in the tank. But to see these Brotherhood, and then these like you John Burfall's in there, Logan Lerman. He's the new guy on the tank who wasn't even supposed to be in there. He's just kind of he's kind of just a secretary. But they all end up in this situation, and then it's just, I love this movie. It's very good. And I love how at the end of the movie, where a Nazi catches Logan Lerman's character, and he just looks in his eyes, and it's basically the opposite scene of what Logan Lerman did at the beginning of the movie, where he killed the Nazi. Instead, the Nazi lets he would live, showing that there's more than just the side you're fighting on, and you can fight humanity in the war. I haven't seen this movie since it came out, but I love this movie.
Huh. Well, I also enjoy it.
All right, that was your number 3?
That was my number 3, yep.
All right, my number 3, that's better damn be on your list. My number 3 is 7.
That's my number 2.
Okay, good job. 7. This is just an incredible, absolutely incredible movie.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's the reason why we still get David Fincher movies today.
Yeah.
And the chemistry between him and Morgan Freeman is just incredible. I mean, Morgan Freeman, he's that cop who's getting ready to leave the force, and you have Brad Pitt, who's his replacement. who is getting ready to replace Morgan Freeman, and they're going after this murderer who is copying the 7 deadly sins of the Bible, and then you just show that relationship between Brad Pitt, between him and Gwyneth Paltrow, and then it's just an interesting relationship there, and then that fucking scene at the end. I mean, what's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
I don't even remember Gwyneth Paltrow. This is another movie I've not seen in a long time.
She is the girl in the box.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I do remember this very graphic movie, and but I do remember loving it.
Yeah,
so,
it's just incredible, and
it's one
like
I
I said,
need to rewatch.
It's one of my favorite David Fincher movies, and I just love this movie.
All right, well, that was my number 2, and that was your number 3. So, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Moneyball.
Oh, yeah, I had that at 9.
Yeah, I've seen this movie probably 10 times.
I get this movie mixed up with The Trouble with the Curve all the time. I don't know why.
It's just because I love baseball.
This has Jonah Hill in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the movie really for me that showed me how good Jonah Hill really was.
Yeah.
Because Jonah Hill, he was the fat guy who did all these stupid comedies, from Superbad to all these other comedies. Not calling Superbad stupid, but it's a stupid comedy
One of the
kind
greatest
of thing.
comedies ever made.
But
yes.
Moneyball, it's a fucking drama, and Jonah Hill completely kills it.
Yep.
And Brad Pitt, I mean, his character, he's a guy who he feels like he was wronged by baseball, who basically he was supposed to be the next big thing. And when he got to the major leagues, it didn't work out for him. He basically played off of the minor leagues and basically had to end his career because he just wasn't that good. He just didn't have the heart to be the next big thing. And it was just fascinating, and watching as they use statistics to completely revolutionize the game of baseball, getting players that only cost us they spent they won more games than he did the year before by only spending $2 million, and the New York Yankees who spent $20 million per win or something. And it's just an incredible movie. And Brad Pitt did get nominated for this film, so I love this movie. I love baseball.
Brad Pitt ever won an Oscar? No, but
he's been nominated 3 times, I believe. So I don't know he's been nominated for 12 Monkeys, Moneyball, and something else. I don't know what the other one is. But yeah, he's incredible in this movie. So
this is one that I cannot hardly. I was just kind of listening to you because I was like, I can't remember a whole lot about this. I remember the statistic thing.
And Chris Pratt's in this movie, if you remember. He's one of the baseball players. Yeah, it's just like I said,
another
damn
one
good
I
baseball
need to
movie.
watch again. All right. Well, I'm going to assume we have the same number 1.
But we better have it.
It is Fight Club.
Yeah,
me.
Fight Club.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's
but we're not supposed to talk about Fight Club.
Well, we're going to break the first rule of Fight Club. It's getting on tonight. So, I always talk about movies that inspire me.
Yeah.
There are 2 films I say really inspire me. The one is obviously Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars completely inspired me to watch sci-fi. I would probably be a different person if I'd never seen Star Wars. I would never watch all these nerdy stuff I love, from superhero movies to stuff. But the movie that inspires me to watch different films is Fight Club. Fight Club, when I watched it back in 2010, I was watching this movie, and next thing I know, it's Brad Pitt's an imaginary friend or personality of Edward Norton, and I was just like, what the fuck? And it just completely. And so ever since then, I think every movie I've seen, it goes back to Fight Club, and that's why it has a special place in my heart for that. And I absolutely love this movie. Brad Pitt is so good. Those speeches he makes about the advertising and how he kind of builds this cult. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. First rule of Project Mayhem is you do not talk about Project Mayhem. Edward Norton's great in this movie. You got Jared Leto. I think his first big movie he was in. Yeah, it's just a great movie. What do you have to say about it?
I freaking agree. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember the twists and the craziness that happens at the end. And I remember it's really good. Edward Norton and Brad Pitt are really good together, and yeah, I like it.
All right,
good David Fincher stuff.
Yep. All right, now let's get to the compiling of this list. So we both had Fight Club at 1, so
we
that
agree.
will obviously be number 1.
Yeah.
All right, so You had 7 at 2. I had it at 3, so obviously we should put 7 at 2.
Okay. Not a 7?
No. All right, so I had Moneyball at 2. You had it at 9.
Okay.
You had Fury at 3. I had it at 5. So I guess we could put Fury at 3.
Okay. Then Moneyball at 4?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to fight you on any of this today because, like I said, my list is all jank.
Yeah. All right, so I had Inglourious Basterds at 4. You had it at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fine? We put it at 5?
Sure. The only other commonality is Troy, right?
And Ocean's 11.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you have Ocean's 11?
At 4.
At 4. So let's put Ocean's 11 at 6.
Okay.
And then we both had Troy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had it at 7. What'd you have it at?
I had it at 10.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's get the last bit of this list. I have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood at 7.
I have World War Z at 5.
So we go World War C at 8, I guess.
Okay.
And then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood
Hell
at
yeah.
9. Because you said this would have made your list.
That would have made my list.
You just
actually
didn't
that
do your
probably
research that well.
would have bumped World War Z up significantly because I probably would have put it at probably 5. If you want to swap them.
Do what?
Said if you want to swap them.
I've already wrote it down, so
okay.
it's too
It's
late for that.
written in stone.
Yep. There's a reason why we use ink. All right. Last movie.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to throw 12 Monkeys in there.
Do it.
Because you said
I can't remember it, but do it.
It's a better movie than Mr. and Mr. Smith.
Yeah, probably. Definitely.
All right, let's announce this list to the world of the Easy Cage fans.
All right.
The top 10 Brad Pitt movies. Yeah. At number 10, 12 Monkeys. At number 9, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. At number 8, World War C. At number 7, Troy. At number 6, Ocean's 11. At number 5, Inglourious Basterds. At number 4, Moneyball. At number 3, Fury. At number 2, 7. And the number 1 Brad Pitt movie is Fight Club. Alright guys, that is this list of honorable mentions.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, let's go to the house. Let's end this show.
I had one. I done forgot what it was. Oh, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
I've never seen it.
I had seen that one, and I remember liking it.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Angelina Jolie, did she, direct that or something? Or?
No, that's David Fincher.
Oh. Maybe she's in it. Maybe that's what I'm getting my Angelina Jolie thing.
Kate Blanchett's the main girl in it, I believe.
Then I don't know what I'm talking about. But it is cool, interesting. See him age backwards. Yeah.
So, movies I wrote down. I wrote down Allied. You remember that one? We saw it a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah. It was him and Marion Cotillard or whoever.
Yeah, it's basically where they're spies.
I don't remember hating that.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
It almost made the list.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, it's dumb, stupid, directed by Doug Liman.
Popcorn flip.
So, World War C, it's a dumb, stupid movie.
I think that's a little more serious than Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
He is in it for 5 minutes. And it kind of takes me out of the movie because, hey, Brad Pitt's in this movie.
He's there.
But he is good in that scene.
That's one of those movies, too, is really good movie, but...
I never want to watch it again.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
There are movies that are not on my list because I've never seen it. I saw Babel was on Netflix. Okay. I was thinking about seeing that. I was kind of want to see it. I never saw The Big Short.
Oh.
I never saw that.
Yeah, but that's like a.
It's an ensemble, but it's kind of like Ocean's 11, though.
Yeah,
kind of the same situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think Brad Pitt when I think of that movie.
Yeah, and then Tree of Life. I never saw Tree of Life.
But aren't we forgetting one big one that he was in? That.
No, I think we mentioned all the big ones.
Oh, okay.
The Ocean's movies. He was in a glimpse of Deadpool 2 of.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we've ever seen anything.
Okay. Wow.
So. All right, guys, that ends episode 90. We're getting really close to that episode 100.
Woo! We're going to have a party.
Yeah, champagne and everything. So, guys, until next time, all too easy.
Peace out for real.